3 times, 4 times. Doing gang things, living super clean. That done came up. Can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. Look at you done came up now. Get it how you live, mess the game up now. Ain't messing with yoga, but get the flame up. Hey, used to be Toby, but got your name back now. I see ya, paid under pressure. 25 lighters, got them all on the dresser. If it ain't for you, ain't for you then. If you a lame or a sucker, wanna dress you then. Grown up now, bump the childish ways. Got a wife and a bunch of kids to raise. Punch a clock side, hustle or a business you endure to ensure that all the bills is paid. Slow clap for your homeboy, could've turned out like your homeboy. Being on the same block, cooking up the same rock on the cell block lot with your homeboy. But no, you had vision, you had goal. Brand new you on the old time road, take care of home where you bust your low. Black men don't teach, screaming bump the hoe. Real men talk, real king ways. Still in captivity, but minds ain't slave. Got a little wisdom, boy, you PD grade. Giving out the knowledge on the stoop these days. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the folk that have moved up. Even if you had a slow start screwed up. Used to gang bang, now homie brewed up. Had a little plan, I had them blew up. Look at you like a man right now. Dressed to the T, smelling like a grand right now. And you ain't got nothing from a handout now. Just faith and hard work, gets it planned out now. You could've took a bunch of dusty rolls. The hand dealt with a bunch of cards to fold. To stay hot while the world is freezing cold. The same plot, but the story's never old. Slow clap for your kinfolk. Could've been asking what your info. Prosecutor could be trying to do you in for the 2020 twins, so you passing out the info. But no, you had purpose, you had plans. I ain't throwing nothing on Mercedes Benz. Won't impress y'all, don't need no fans. That ain't my God, who is that, man? This real men talk, real king ways. Still in captivity, but minds ain't slave. Got a little wisdom while you peep these grades. Giving out the knowledge on the stoop these days. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing cane things. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. Yeah, real man. Sheesh. Yeah, doing cane things. Living super clean. That came up.
1 time for my king doing king things. Mom these hoes cause he know he got a good thing. I submit and I cook and I clean and I never hold back on that pop. I'ma let it rain. Made me honest, I got a rain. All praises to the most high, let it sing. A real man able, sister never came. And I ain't going nowhere, this is not a game. Look at you, girl, you're lonely right now. Settling for bums instead of in the most high. He provide and protect, so he get our respect. And he leading us aboard when them chariots fly. I don't really think you hear me though. You can't cross this bridge on some billy goats. Let them save you in the end like a Seminole. Beers help me, shout it, let the silly go.
1 time for the men.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord, saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono. Good evening to you all. Thank you so much for joining me on this lovely Thursday. I hope it's a lovely Thursday for you. Thank you so much for joining me on this lovely Thursday, as I tell y'all every single week. You could be anywhere on Wendy Williams' internet, but you are here with me, and I appreciate that. Give yourselves a hand. Clearly making good choices today. How are y'all doing? What's up to everybody in the chat? Like, share, subscribe. Turn on your notifications. So, you know, when we go live here at the House of Mono, I'm trying to get Mr. Mono on the schedule, y'all. Y'all know I be here every Thursday. Same black time, same black station every week. No, my little phone holder is broke. Oh no. Oh no. Guess I won't be doing that. Alrighty. That's okay. Who broke the phone holder? I'm gonna guess it was one of the kids. And I'm gonna just put my phone on the side right here and we're gonna make it work like that. Yep. All right, thank y'all so much for your patience. Please allow me to introduce myself just in case this is your first time here. You may not be familiar with this face. Before you, I go by at Miss Mono's World in these content creator streets, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the places that the content creators be, bro, I be trying to be. So please follow me on those platforms if you are not already. Okay. Sorry, y'all, just trying to get my stuff together here. All right, and please allow me to introduce, and also, if you're not already on the YouTube, please head over to the YouTube at Monologue Magad, MONOLOGMAGAD. That is my husband, the other part of me, the love of my life, the man who makes it all possible. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Shout out to my audience on Nasaya TV. What is up to everybody watching on Nasaya TV? If you have not downloaded the Nasaya TV app, what are you doing? Go to your smart TV, your Roku, your Fire Stick, your Apple TV, and download the Nasaya TV app. I'm trying to get my fan to work here. Download the Nasaya TV app. You can also enjoy it on your web browser if you cannot get it on your television, but you definitely should be able to because I have it on my Roku, as a matter of fact. So make sure you download the Nasaya TV app. Again, like, share, subscribe, no matter where you are. If you're watching us on Facebook, if you are watching us on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. I did not bring any tissue, but I know I'm going to need some. I can feel it already. Anyways, a lot going on today. Our main topic, if he's stupid, what are you? We're going to get into that later. I think you already know where this is going. We've all heard the phrase before, right? When you're complaining about the ex-boyfriend or whatever, and you're like, he this, he that. Well, if he's all that, what are you? We're going to get into that a little bit later. But first, a couple of side story conversations, things like that. So speaking of the Olympics, because everybody is, you know, Simone is out there doing her thing. Sha'Carri is out there doing her thing. You know, we say what we say. Yes, this country is what it is, but we gonna let our sisters shine. So shout out to them. And so this afternoon I'm scrolling and there was, I believe it was an Italian boxer, a woman, Italian boxer, was boxing. I don't remember what country the other woman was from. Okay. But so she quit boxing like after 2 hits. After 2 hits, her helmet had dislodged. She said she had a severe pain in her nose. And so she quit the match. So now, of course, everyone is accusing the other boxer. I believe her name is Imani. I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name. But so apparently they are saying that the other boxer is actually a male because according to some blood tests, there was a presence of a male chromosome. But what I found out today is that the other boxer is not a male. It is a female who was born with something called Swyer's syndrome. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And so it's basically a deformity on her XY chromosome, to where like she basically does not have the organs to produce the hormones that would give her those secondary female characteristics. Okay, I'm not, you know, I don't know how much y'all know about how it works, but for women, our estrogen does not just come from it's not just in our brain and our pituitary gland. Our ovaries release our estrogen. And so if you don't have ovaries or your ovaries are not functioning like they're supposed to, then you're not going to get those secondary female characteristics, one of them being a lighter muscle mass. You understand what I'm saying? Like this lady doesn't have that to keep her in control, to keep her hormones in control. And as a matter of fact, I think she may have been being treated with a testosterone supplement, which, you know, I could see how it could be tricky, but she's suffering from like a real life condition. Okay. And so, yes, she has to take the testosterone to balance out her other hormones, but does that mean now that she can't fight other women? She can't fight men because she's a biological female. She has female body parts. She's just possibly, allegedly, reasonably it's a reasonable conclusion that she is taking a testosterone supplement to help with that condition. And so they had considered banning her before because of that, because they found the presence of male chromosome. I believe that's what the article said. Okay, so I mean, I'm gonna say, first of all, I'm not the kind of woman that's going to sign up to box. Okay, I'm not boxing anyone. I don't care if she came dressed in pink. I don't care if it's Little Red Riding Hood. I'm not. You're Rob. Yeah, shalom and shalom. Thanks for joining me. I'm not getting in the ring to box with anyone, male, female. I don't care. Okay, so like that part, I can't even relate to. Much less if I want to box with someone who is being supplemented testosterone. And now I get that it's I don't want to call it a disability, but it kind of is. And the only reason I'm kind of saying it's a disability is because, again, you don't develop those secondary female characteristics. You don't develop like most women do. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just trying not to be graphic about it. You don't develop like most women do. Most women with this syndrome have issues giving birth. They have to get a surrogate or they have to do like embryo transfers. So it's a real deal situation, and I empathize and all of that, but I'm not signing up to get hit. I'm not signing up to get hit. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not. Should she be disqualified? No, I don't. I'm going to say I would think that it should be up to the other women if they want to fight her, knowing what, you know what I'm saying? Knowing what they know about her. Keep the chef, shalom and shalom. What is up, my brother? Yes, listen. I'm not doing it. I don't understand. I just don't understand it. I don't have that. That's not my vibe. That's not my thing. You know, I don't understand that. I also know I wouldn't want to get hit by a man. I definitely know that. So again, I feel like it should be up to the opponent. Like whoever they want to put her up against, I feel like it should be up to them. And unfortunately, if they don't want to fight her because of the testosterone supplements, then it's unfortunate, but that's not fair to, you know what I mean? It's not fair to the females who are not getting supplemented to testosterone. They don't call it performance enhancing drugs for anything. Even when men compete against other men, do y'all remember Lance Armstrong, like the most decorated bicyclist in the world, and he won all these triathlons and stuff. But when they found out he was doping, they was taking away his medals and everything, and he was competing against other men. So if men can't use testosterone to gain an advantage over other men, why should a woman who, through no fault of her own, has to supplement with testosterone, why should she be allowed to compete in a physical manner with biological women who, again, are not receiving that supplement? That's just my take on it. That's what I think. I mean, you know, I wouldn't be doing that. I'm not saying to unjustly discriminate either, but it's like we live in this time where it seems like you just have to accommodate everybody and everything, and whatever it is, you have to put up with it no matter how it affects you, and that's just not right. Like, that's just not fair. Uncle Man, shalom and shalom. That's not fair. Everybody can't do everything, and we just, you know what I'm saying, we got to learn how to accept that. Okay, let me tell y'all what happened to me this week. Now, if you know me, if you've been following me any amount of time or anything like that, you know I love Game of Thrones. Okay, that is my thing. I'm a Game of Thrones fan, like hardcore. So hard that I'm almost considering reading the books. I'm almost considering it. They're like 800 pages long, and Mama just don't have that kind of time. Okay, so I might get the audiobooks or something. But either way, I love Game of Thrones. So if you've been a part of any kind of fandom in the social media era, then you may have experienced how hard it is to relate to other groups, how hard it is to relate to groups of non-Black people, even though you like the same thing. Okay. Like the conversation about Game of Thrones in a non-Black social group and in a Black social group, it's two totally different conversations. And I know y'all probably thinking like, oh, it can't be that serious. Listen, I have watched Game of Thrones, I believe, at least 10 times. My husband's probably on like number 5. Okay. But we have watched that show repeatedly. But so the conversation in a non-Black group and the conversation in a Black group is two totally different conversations. Let's not even get on the use of AAVE or anything like that. Okay. Just the things that we notice, the things that stand out to us. And now, especially with House of the Dragon having Black people as lords and ladies, and it's you know what I'm saying? It's a thing. Like, oh, he told you about see, I told him about it. I was watching it one time. This was years ago. Matter of fact, one of them was still small. I want to say Atticus might have been still small. So we talk about at least 6 years ago. HBO was doing like a free 7-day thing. And I sat there and watched, I think it was only 7 seasons at the time. It was either 7 or 6 seasons at the time. But I sat there and watched all of that in those 7 days. So that's how he got put onto it. And then so I think like the next time I watched it, we watched it together. And so we watched it together a few times. But so I finally found a Black group to discuss the show with, right? And I love this group because you know how it is when we get with us. It's just a vibe. We speak the same language. We understand the same things. I could be like, you know, okay, Dragon, and everybody understand what I'm talking about. Like, I was happy. Like, oh, I got some people like me who I can, you know, talk to this about. I don't have to worry about them treating me funny. Because, you know, believe it or not, racism is still alive and well, even on Facebook. Okay. So I don't have, you know, I didn't have to worry about anybody treating me funny or, you know, looking at me weird or asking me, what am I talking about when I say certain things? So it was cool. And so then yesterday I woke up. Yeah, I think it was just yesterday I woke up and someone in the group had posted one of the pictures of the actresses. I just thought it was just the bros. He got it from me. Yes, he got it from me. Okay, now my mom and my brother-in-law kept telling me about it. Like they was telling both of us about it. And we, you know, we hadn't watched it, but yeah, he got it from me. And so yesterday, one of the moderators or whatever in the group had posted a picture of one of the actresses saying that, you know, this person is non-binary and they go by they, them. And you will address them as they, them when you're talking about this person. And so now, again, we're here to talk about the show. We don't even talk about these people for real. We don't. Like, okay. But, of course, certain people, myself included, was like, why are y'all making a group about this? Like, why is this an issue? Why is a person's gender now an issue? And now you're kicking people out the group because we don't care about it? Like, nobody brought this up. Nothing like that. You just decided to make it a point and kick everybody out who didn't agree. And it's just weird to me how the people who claimed they were bullied so hard have now become a generation of people who are doing the bullying the hardest. It is hard to be Black and hetero and do anything social. It's hard. It's hard to be Black and Bible believing and do anything social, because the minute that you let them know, like, no, I'm not doing all of that, and they won't accept any form of compromise. Okay, like, I won't purposely misgender a person, but I'm not gonna call you what you're not. Like, if I see a woman in front of me, I'm going to call it a woman. If I see a man in front of me, I'm going to call it a man. Now, if I know your name, I will call you by your name. But I'm not about to be he when you are clearly a she. I'm not about to do that. And so the thing is, like, it's not a point of contention until you make it one. Because this is what I'm saying about the alphabet mafia riding on the backs of Black people this whole time. I can't change the fact that I'm Black. There's nothing I can do about that. I can sit up here and put layers of makeup on my face and try to make my skin as white as possible. You're going to look at my hands. You're going to look at my neck. You're going to look at my feet. You're going to look anywhere and be able to tell, oh no, this is a Black girl. No matter how many wigs I put, I have Black features. My nose ain't small, neither are my lips. My Blackness is something that I cannot hide. However, the fact that you have to announce your sexuality, and then the fact that you announce it in a situation where it's not even appropriate, or what's the word I'm looking for? Not appropriate, relevant. Like, it's not even relevant to this conversation. You just want to bring it up to cause trouble. Like, it's horrible. Nobody even care, but they be trying to force that down your throat. Nobody's running from it. Right. And I don't like that. Oh, you're a bigot. You're a homophobe. No, I'm not scared of anyone. No, I don't hate anyone. I have no problem with anyone. You do what you want to do in the comfort of your own home. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to force me to lie. You're not going to force me to tell myself that my eyes don't see what my eyes see just because all of a sudden you decided that this is what you want to do. I don't care how many of y'all want to do it. So now it's like, it's hard to be hetero out here. Like, you can't be straight out here. There's no love for that. There's no love for people who don't mind being the sex that they were born as, the gender, whatever y'all want to call it. That, listen, I obey my chromosomes. My chromosome says XY, and I live my life as an XY. What's wrong with that? Me living as an XY does nothing to take away from how you want to live. Just like you living how you want to live does nothing to take away from me. Your rights are your rights until they interfere with mine. And this is what we've got to, this is, you know what I'm saying, what we got to go back to understanding. This is, there was an old saying, good fences make good neighbors, because what you do at your house is what you do at your house. What I do at my house is what I do at my house. And we each mind our business. We each mind our business. And here's what I cannot for the life of me understand the readiness of the Black alphabet mafia to abandon their Blackness for their sexuality, when, again, I can't hide my Blackness. It is not the same as your choice of who you sleep with. It's ridiculous. Me and my homegirl had to leave. It was upsetting me and my homegirl. Because now y'all trying to say that in order for us to sit here and talk about this and enjoy this, we have to go along with this foolishness. And I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So listen, I don't know. Look, I don't know. We're gonna have to start having like straight pride parades or something, because I shouldn't have. Nobody else makes you lie about everything. A crook is a crook. A bank robber is a bank robber. A prostitute is a prostitute. A thief is a thief. Like, I'm not participating in your buffoonery. The B in LGBT stands for bi. Doesn't that imply there's only two genders? Hello? Bi definitely means two. And then not only that, I've been noticing lately, since we on the topic of the alphabet mafia, I've been noticing lately that a lot of the L's and the G's are turning against the T's. I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but especially the G's, like especially the black G's, they're really taking a stand against the T's in the community. They getting tired of it. They're like, hold on now, buddy. And a lot of them are tired of y'all doing it around the kids. That I've heard a lot of that. Like, listen, you want to dress up like a woman, then you save that for the club at night. You don't do that out here in the daytime when people is walking around with their kids. That's something you do when you would, like, come on. Y'all want to abandon all common sense, and then you want us to abandon all common sense as well. And what I'm going to say this and then I'm off the topic, but I'll never understand for the life of me a man walking around in full makeup, a full beard, and nails long as mine. I don't understand that. At this point, I feel like at that point, they're just purposely being obtuse, I guess I want to say. Like, you're purposely trying to draw a reaction that you know is not going to be a positive one. That's the only explanation for that. Because you know good and well what you're doing. Okay, but anyway. So yeah, I got kicked out of my Game of Thrones Black fan group. Oh well. I'm trying to find some more. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. King 7, shalom and shalom. Yes, miserable and confused. And miserable, so they take it out on everybody else. Like, I don't understand. If you're comfortable in your skin, then what? If you're so comfortable with how you choose to identify yourself, then what does it matter what I say? Why is it sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you until it comes to who you choose to sleep with? Why y'all want all this tolerance and peace, except for y'all don't have to tolerate anyone and be at peace with anyone? And I don't care what you decide to identify as, you have to understand that it took a man and a woman for you to get here. Even if your mama bought the sperm from a sperm bank, it came from a man. I hate to tell y'all that, but women cannot make sperm. Therefore, it took a man and a woman for you to get here. And it don't matter what you decide to identify as when you get here. Okay. I'm just saying. It's ridiculous. I'm scared for my sons. I am scared for my sons. And speaking of my 18-year-old. Yeah, pray for me. My 18-year-old, she's gonna be a freshman college this fall. And so she's hanging out with her friends all summer. You know, they doing their last week before everybody leaves for college things. And she came in the house with some lashes on. And now excuse me, y'all. Hold on. Sorry about that. Now, I don't wear lashes. Okay. I do not. I only, you know what I'm saying, I will whip that mascara wand, but I don't wear lashes. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. If my husband could bring me some tissue or one of my children. That would be so awesome. Okay, so yeah, she came in the house with lashes on, right? And I don't wear lashes, never have worn lashes. But so me, her, and my husband started talking because he's like, you don't need that. You're so pretty. Da 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 da. And I'm like, you're gonna mess up your real eyelashes. Cause she has eyelashes. She don't need fake ones. So I told her, like, you're gonna mess up your eyelashes. So then we started talking about it, and I was telling her, like, when I was 18, we wasn't wearing false lashes. We was not doing that. Like, no, I don't recall that. Yeah, we did stuff to enhance what we already had. Okay, like, yeah, we was doing weaves, we was doing braids. Yeah, you had girls that wore makeup, but it was just makeup to enhance what you had. Now it's as if we and I said this to my daughter, and she was like, not me. It's like we're competing with the T's in the alphabet community. Because whereas makeup used to just be to enhance what a woman has, now you have all this contouring and shading where you can literally shape shift your whole face. And a real woman doesn't need to do that. Okay. That comes from accommodating people with 5 o'clock shadows and big old cleft chins and big old muscular face structures who are trying to make themselves look like women. And so for some reason, this has become the predominant look or whatever. And so now you have women over exaggerating what's already natural about us. I meant paper towel, boo, for my nose. You said tissue. I know, but you're supposed to know what I meant. Say what you mean. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Monologue McGad, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, sorry, y'all. So, yeah, so I was telling her, right, women taking advice from them and everything. And so I was telling her that, like, the over exaggeration, the lashes, even the BBLs, the exaggerated caricature that a lot of women have turned into now is because we are here competing with men who are trying to be us, to the point where for some reason we are made to feel like we as regular women are just not enough anymore. And it's just wild to me how in the name of feminism, and I'm going to say it's in the name of feminism because feminism accepts everybody. Feminism wants everyone to be equal. Whereas the masculinity draws lines and has boundaries and said, no, we're not doing this. Okay, bring back masculinity because I'm tired of it. So now in the name of feminism, you have men walking around as women and nobody can tell them that they're not. It's crazy. They the main makeup artist in industry. Exactly. So, and that's the problem. Thank you so much, Keith. That's the problem. The women that are on TV who are getting their makeup done. And I'm going to tell you who's the worst. Atlanta, the black cast. Potomac, the black cast. As far as the Real Housewives franchises, when it comes to their makeup people being men, the 2 black casts are the worst of that. When it comes to their hair and makeup team being men. You watch the other franchises, Jersey, Orange County, you're going to see women. They're going to have women around them doing their hair and their makeup. Why is it the black community? Why is it us? I mean, I know why they set it upon us, but we keep taking the bait. And we keep being a poster child for everything immoral to the point where our girls don't even feel comfortable being themselves. Won't come out the house without a wig. Won't come out the house without a full head of makeup. Feel like everything got to be on display all the time. These are not typical feminine traits. This is because we are living in a generation now where women are having to fight to be women. I was watching something. I think I was scrolling and a commercial came on for makeup. It was a makeup commercial. And I was so happy to see the women in the comments saying, can we have anything for ourselves? Can we have anything? Do the men have to take everything from us? We can't even have makeup and beauty to ourselves anymore. Y'all want that too? We can't even have giving birth anymore. You want to change the term to a birthing person and try to convince people that this is a man giving birth to a child. I'm no longer a nursing mother. I'm a lactating person because you want to try to convince people that men grow breasts and can lactate. I can't even be a woman anymore. You want to try to call me a cis woman, which is a made up term. Well, all words are made up, but this is a recently made up term to accommodate men who want to be women. And so now I can't even be a woman. It's crazy. And that's exactly why they don't take us. Speaking of not taking us seriously. Did y'all see Meg at the Kamala rally? I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw clips of it, of course. It's going around. But listen. I don't understand how Black people continue to be a part of the political process in this country when they tell you what they think of you over and over again by presenting you with lowbrow entertainment to introduce a political candidate that they want you to vote for. I don't know if y'all remember this, but when your boy Obama was in office, he said that he changes the way he talks based on his audience. When he has a white audience, he speaks differently than he does with a Black audience. And this y'all's man, though. This the first Black president. This y'all man telling you that he has to dumb down his speech when he talks to you Negroes. This y'all girl, Kamala, out there parading Meg the Stallion and all her twerking and all her talking and brought her out here as a means to relate to the people. You have to understand, that's the only reason, you're right, they treating us like thoughts. They are. You have to understand the only reason that these political candidates have these artists at their rallies or whatever is to show the people that they're still relatable. Yes, I can still relate to you. I still like the same things you like. I still like the same music you like. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of them putting on the Black aesthetic and thinking that that's going to get them the Black vote. I'm tired of them dropping a few lines of AAVE and thinking that's going to get them the Black vote. Now, y'all done got a clip of Kamala talking about some say it to my face, and all of a sudden she y'all homegirl. I'm tired of it. Yes, twerky, half dressed. They talk about she's fully clothed. Listen, there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place to have your midriff exposed. A political rally is not that. A political rally is not the place for a freaking rapper. I'm sorry, listen. I remember when they started rapping in all the commercials. I remember this. First it was McDonald's, then it was Sprite, and then it just keep growing and growing and growing. And now everybody has a commercial with hip hop music in it to pander to the Black community. You don't have to rap to me for me to understand what you're saying. You don't have to put it to a beat for me to understand what you're saying. I'm very capable of understanding plain spoken English. But the fact that they keep trying to pander to the lowest of us should let you know what they think of you. They don't think much of you because they don't want you intelligent Black people, you self-thinkers, you critical thinkers, the people that can understand that 1 + 1 is 2 and not 3. They don't want you there. They want the robots. They want the sheep. They want the people that are just gonna go along with the program. This is why they have no problem with the welfare queen depiction, because that's who they need to vote for them. The Republicans are trying to take away your food stamps. Let us Democrats help you. The Republicans are only trying to raise taxes. Let us Democrats help you. Nothing has changed from the 90s. And I'm referencing the 90s because this is when I started coming into consciousness about these things. This is when I started being old enough to notice these things. Nothing's changed. That welfare queen waiting for her food stamp, 7 kids, single mom, that profile of the Democratic voter is still very much what they have in mind. I don't care how much they sit here and parade this East Indian woman in your face in her pink and green. And I don't care how many of them old behind, and yes, I'm going to call them old behind ignorant women, sit behind her in that dusty behind pink and green. She's not a Black woman. She does not have our Black experience. And in fact, she thinks less of you than the dirt on her shoe. Because if she didn't, she would be coming with Black talking points, and she's not. She would be talking about reparations. When's the last time did she ever address the Sonia Massey tragedy in public? Has anybody heard Kamala say anything about Sonia Massey? I haven't, and I'm sure you haven't too, because if she did, it would be everywhere. If she had, it would be everywhere. Keek, you are not going to hurry up and go vote. No, we're not doing that at all. Listen, and I'm not even going to get on Trump bringing out Sexy Red. I'm not. Sexy Red? This is who you choose to be your representative for the Black delegation. This is who you choose. If y'all haven't gotten the point by now that they don't care about us at all, they think nothing of us, and they only see us as bodies to use to reach their goal. They only see you as a social security number that they need to cash in the human population for collateral. They only see you as the ticker. You're just another body that they need to go along with the agenda. That's it. And y'all out here steady using your powers for evil instead of using them for good. What do I mean by that? Participating in this crap. This is the most disrespectful political arena I've ever witnessed. The most disrespectful that I have ever witnessed. And I remember George Bush 1. I remember Ronald Reagan. If I'm not mistaken, Ronald Reagan was president when I was born. I was born in 1980. I believe Ronald Reagan was president when I was born. Okay, so actually, no, as far as political arenas, this is still the most disrespectful because Ronald Reagan did all his crap when he was in office. And then you didn't have, there wasn't no, okay, from Bush 1 to Bill Clinton, I remember Bill Clinton doing some pandering. I remember when he went on Arsenio Hall show and played the saxophone. And baby, all the Black people just went crazy. Oh, he's going to be our first Black president. He's so cool and he's so this and he's so that. So I do remember that. But at that point, it wasn't, he went on the Arsenio Hall show and played a little jazz. He did not bring out freaking Little Kim at his political rally, okay? So It's gotten worse over time, but the only reason it's gotten worse is because they keep seeing that it works. They keep seeing that it works. Donald Trump told you that he was like you because he was a felon with baby mamas and all this other crap, and y'all went out here and bought it. It is black people walking around with niggas for Trump shirts. You don't believe me? Google it. It's a whole group called Niggas for Trump. And they probably bought them little ugly sneakers and everything. They keep doing it because it keeps working. If we would stop responding, then they would stop doing it. They would see that it's a waste of money. But clearly it's working. Malcolm X said it best, only in the black community is an entertainer, athlete, a so-called representative. Listen. Why does Cardi B have a political opinion? Why? Why does she have anything to say? Anything credible? Why is the news reporting anything that she says about politics? Why? Why Jay-Z and Beyonce? These were the key liaisons to the black community for Obama's campaign. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this. When Ben Carson was he running? He was like in the preliminaries. He didn't become the Republican nominee, but I believe he ran or he was like really involved with a political process. This man's like an accomplished neurosurgeon, like literally got it out the mud. And because he was a Republican, a lot of black people wouldn't even give him the time of day because he was a Republican. But this just proves their point. This just keeps their agenda going. The Democratic Party is the only party for black people. And this is what keeps that mess going. And so now you're being presented Meg Thee Stallion at a political rally. Bush did accidentally or actually have Eazy-E at the White House. Oh, okay, see? Okay. I was thinking, trying to remember it, but I can't say that I do. But so here we are now. $200. Oh no, that's crazy. You know how much them dinner plates cost now, though. But I mean, come on, like, and what gets me is the women my age and older who are actually condoning this. They're actually saying, oh, there's nothing wrong with Kamala bringing Meg Thee Stallion out. Why don't you just let Meg do what she want to do? Y'all hating, y'all this, y'all that. This woman is parading Meg Thee Stallion in front of the world as a representation of African Americans. And this is what I think y'all fail to realize. No one else in the world is fooled by the fact that Kamala is not black. The international community is watching this East Indian woman being paraded as a descendant of slaves in front of us. No one else is fooled. But what does she do? She goes and finds one of the worst representations of the descendants of slaves in this country and parades it in front of the international community so they can continue to laugh at us. Please don't think that the rest of the world is not watching. Just because Americans do not pay attention to foreign politics, you have to understand, up until recently, I'm trying to find the right words to say here, but up until recently, in a very broad way, America, hello, the leader of the free world, like they don't call the president that for anything. America has been a focal point in every international community, whether you're talking about financially, politically, anything like that. When you consider the fact that for a long time, other countries were not allowed to buy oil without transferring to the American dollar first, you have to understand why the rest of the world is so interested in America. Because what is going on in America is going to affect the cost of it's going to affect their exchange rate for the dollar, and therefore it affects how much they pay for oil. Yes, everyone is watching America. This was done on purpose. The wine of her indoctrination, who spreads her sins across the waters, that whore. What do whores do? They do things to get attention. What do whores do? They do things to make people come to them. Same thing. Same thing. So stop. We have to get out of this microcosm that what happens in America only happens in America. No, what happens in America affects the world. I'm not saying the rest of the world, I'm not saying that it's not. It's okay. No, I'm not. It's not the same in other places. It's not the same in other places, because if I want to buy gas, I don't have to go and exchange it for a euro. I don't have to exchange it for a yen. I don't have to exchange it for dineros. Pesos. Dineros. I don't have to exchange for pesos. I don't have to exchange for rubles. I don't have to exchange for these other currencies. So guess what? What's going on over there really don't bother me. There's a way around it. So, Stacy Phillips, shalom and shalom. Thank you for joining me. That's how you know she ain't black. A real sister wouldn't have bought Meg. The woman couldn't even pour hot sauce on chicken right. Do y'all remember? And there's a documentary. It's not a documentary. It's just like a movie. I think Regina King did the movie. She's in the movie, but it's about Shirley Chisholm. And I don't know how many of y'all remember her. I remember hearing about her growing up. She's actually the first Black woman to actually try to run for president a while ago. And if you just go back and see how astute she is and how she carries herself, it's an embarrassment to what's going on right now. It really is. It's an embarrassment. So, I know it's hard to stand out. Like, go to a public place, go on Facebook and say you're not voting for Kamala. They are coming for you, honey. Okay. And yes, I'm mispronouncing her name on purpose because I don't care. I don't care. Okay. To me, she's no better than the men who went through the Bible and painted their images over ours. She's one of them. She's taking on our identity. Can't you see that? This is the same thing that happened to us before. How was King Herod king of Israel? How? And he was not an Israelite. How? Same thing you see that's happening to you right now. Political propaganda is nothing new. They just didn't have TVs and the internet to spread it. But there have been lies and propagandas and imaginations going on since the beginning of time. And here we are watching it happen again. And Black people are going along with it. So I could very well see how it would have been easy, even back then, for a group of people who were not Israelites to steal an Israelite identity, because Israelites are so desperate to be accepted by everyone else that we will literally lick the dirt off the bottom of their shoe as long as they acknowledge us. And whatever you want to do to us, just do it. If somebody hacked into your computer today and stole your identity, you be having all kind of fits. Why? Because you're out here acting like you're me. You're going to do things in my name. You're going to embarrass me. You're going to embarrass my parents. You're going to embarrass my history. You're going to embarrass my God. But we don't see that. We don't see that. It's happening in front of our faces. Barack Obama is not Black. Kamala Harris is not. They are not descendants of slaves. Find me some American slaves in their bloodline. You can't, because if you could, they wouldn't be there. Haven't y'all figured it out by now? They would not be there. And y'all see who's every potential vice president nominee that they're picking for Kamala Harris is an old white man. Why? Because they're not gonna let we might say she black, but don't get it confused. I can't do anything for black people because if I did something for, doing things to help black people helps everyone. No, that's not true. That's not true. We as black people have our own set of issues and conditions in this country. So no, helping black people is not always going to help everyone. As a matter of fact, if you help black people, you will put black people on equal footing. Let's not forget about the huge financial disparity. Let's not forget about the millions in reparations that we're owed. And for those of you that sit back and say, oh, your parents, you weren't a slave. Well, guess what? You didn't earn that land that you're sitting on. You didn't earn that plantation house. You didn't earn that company. Your forefathers did. So if I can't benefit from the work of my forefathers, why should you be able to benefit from the work of yours? I'm just saying. The Rockefellers sit on heads of government today, not because of anything they did, but because of what great-great-granddaddy Rockefeller did many, many decades ago. You get to experience the advantages of that, but I can't experience any advantages from the works that my forefathers did to build this country. How is that fair? How is that right? I've been blocked by several just for trying to have a conversation about the woman. I said, oh, you can't talk about her at all. They will shut you down. They will shut you down. And then I don't understand why we as black people. No, I do understand. I'm not going to say that. I do understand. Because some of us just ain't going to do right. Like, I do understand. I want to say I don't understand why we as black people can't just come and work together. Let me get this straw. Can't just come and work together but we just can't. We can't because somebody ain't gonna cooperate. Somebody gonna want to put their sexuality before their blackness. Somebody want to put their political beliefs before their blackness. It's always something that's gonna come before their blackness that is gonna stop us as black people from. They gave reparations to the slave owners. And I've read this multiple times. When they abolished slavery, they paid them people. They paid the owners for their loss of work. And I was just, my daughter went to Savannah and she was saying, they went to the beach and they did this and they did that. And I had to tell her, like, I used to love the beach. I love the beach. Like, I love to go and lay in the sand and love the beach. But once I'm a chronic overthinker. I will admit that I do overthink, but it does not miss me when I'm standing on the beach that these very same shores are the shores that our forefathers were kidnapped and brought to. We went to, what was that? Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. And it's like hard to sit there and not know that them same slave ships full of our family pulled up on them same shores. And so how can I stand here, you know what I'm saying, and enjoy this? How am I supposed to relish in this? How is this supposed to be, oh, look, the beach is so wonderful when I know what happened here? It's hard riding around in the South, especially when you see these large plantation homes. A lot of them are like event venues now. But these used to be slavery plantations. When you see these people with acres and acres of land and you just know. And so, what you want from me? What more could you possibly want from me? So, just something to think about. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. Still got cotton all over the place. And there are plantations that you can actually tour. I don't know if I want to do that. Like, I don't know if that's something I would want to do. I mean, yes, for historical educational purposes, but it's hard. It's hard being down here. It's hard being a descendant of slaves and knowing what the heck is going on. Who said, oh my gosh, somebody, I don't know why I want to say it was James Baldwin. James Baldwin, I think someone said that to be Black and educated in America is to, and this is a roundabout quote, but is to like constantly be in a state of anger, but not being able to do anything about it. And it's hard for us, and so this is the time when we have to go back to the word, and go back to those fruits of the spirit and know that all things work together for our good. Lean not in the arms of flesh, but trust in God and acknowledge him and all. Like, this is when you really have to lean on that understanding of the word. And you just have to understand, like, not my will, but his will be done. There's nothing that I can do to change who I am, to change my station in life, to change what I was born as. I just, try to make the most of my time. But I'm also not going to walk around in ignorance. I'm not walking around acting like I don't know who I am and what I've been through. Because, those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. That kind of situation. And I fear what we have is another Obama administration coming upon us. They're not going to do anything for us. There's not going to be one Black hate bill, a hate crime bill. There's not going to be an anti-lynching bill. They're not coming to do anything for us. There's not going to be any more accountability put on the police. They're not doing that for us. They're not going to try to quell the relations between the Black community and the police. Thank you, Keek. Thank you. This is the quote I was looking for. To be a Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a state of rage almost all the time. Thank you so much. That is exactly the quote I was looking for. But it's true. You know what I'm saying? It's like every time you turn around is something. Every time you turn around, when you go back to the history of things, everything is racist. Why? But then they want to try to convince you. And then they want you to elect a woman who stood in front of the United Nations, I believe it was, and said that, oh, America isn't a racist country. Anybody that looks you in your face and tells you that this is not a racist country has they don't even acknowledge you. They don't see you, because there's no way that you can tell me that you acknowledge Black people, you see our plight, and you're still going to look the global community in the face and tell them that there's no racism going on here. TV had to be invented. So people could see for themselves. And even though the propaganda machine has done a good job of hiding it, but no, people see, it's for the world to witness now. So when the judgment comes, nobody can say that they didn't know. No, you saw it and you helped them do it. Please don't think that there were no other countries complicit in the enslavement of us. Okay, so but anyway, look, I don't went off on that tangent. Because it burns me. Just even the conversations on social media, it burns me. Because, like I said, you say one thing about her and people reporting you, they blocking you and everything else. And it's just crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. What is that on my elbow? I don't know what that is. Anyway, all right, let's get to our main topic. If he's stupid, what are you? Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. If you would like to be a part of the efforts here, please head over to the Cash App, $ the House of Mono. $1 or $2 will do. $1 or $2 will do. Okay. So I called this one, If He's Stupid, What Are You? And I don't remember what I was doing. I know I was praying for a topic. Like I have been praying for a topic and something happened. I don't know. But anyway, I titled this like this because when we make a lot of mistakes in life, and I know I said, if he's stupid, what are you? But you know how I like to take things, and we're going to expand upon that. We're going to take it from there, right? Okay. So a lot of times when we end relationships, whether it be a personal dating relationship, whether it be a working relationship, whether it be a friendship, if that relationship did not end well, there's often a lot of talk going back and forth. And as you can imagine, that talk is usually not very positive toward the opposite party. Okay. And let me just say that even in situations when you feel like you were done wrong, right? And you could have been done wrong. You could have been straight up did wrong, up and down. Nobody's going to deny that, yes, she was wrong. That ain't your friend. She shouldn't have did that to you. No, them people at that job shouldn't have did that to you. No, he shouldn't have did that to you. Even if that's true, the fact of the matter is, for the most part, you knew that something bad was going to happen, but you decided to keep on going. You know how they like to talk about the blind leading the blind? What be so crazy for some of us is that sometimes it's the blind leading the sighted. What do I mean by that? Listen, I have a bad habit of embracing people who shouldn't be embraced. Okay. It's a habit of mine. And because I'm not a very social person. All right. I'm socially awkward. Okay. Let's just say it like that, especially compared to my husband. Like, listen, if you've ever been up to a party with me and my husband, it's like two different parties going on. Okay. Because he is in the party. He is socializing. He is talking to people. He's yapping it up and making play dates and getting numbers. And I am in the corner eating, drinking, looking at my phone. I'm just people watching. That's just, you know what I'm saying? We're just two different people. Okay. So with that being the case, it's harder for me to make friends. So when someone comes and shows an interest in me and my little introverted self, I'm like, oh my gosh, they want to be my friend. Yay. And I be knowing. Like once the initial, oh, I'm just so happy somebody's talking. You know what I'm saying? Like once that wears off, I be knowing. The Most High be telling me. But sometimes you just don't want to hear it, right? You be like, well, I'm tired of being lonely. I want to do this. I'm tired of this. I want to do that. I need this. I need that. Da 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 da. Please let me try. We make all these excuses and we call ourselves going back and forth with the Most High as if we're going to cause him to change his mind about what was already written. I don't know why we do this, but we do. Okay. And so we go through these situations, we go on these journeys, we go on these misadventures with people in our life who are driving themselves straight to the pit of hell. And we know it. We see what's going on with them. Their life is in shambles. She don't know how to talk to her husband. Don't respect her man. No respect for her home. Every time you turn around, him or her, they out in the streets. The job treats you crazy, make you work all kind of hours, don't pay you no overtime, won't give you no benefits. The manager don't respect you. And instead of us stopping before it gets too late and making a change, we will just go along and ride it till the wheels fall off. And unfortunately, usually when the wheel falls off, it falls off on your side. Because guess what? That person, place, entity, or thing was already on their way to hell. So nothing is changing about them. You, on the other hand, your whole life is turned upside down because you don't live in this kind of chaos. You don't live in a whole bunch of mess and drama. Okay? And so it's like when you leave the movies. You know how you leave the movies and your eyes gotta adjust to the light because you've been in the dark for so long? It's kind of like that. Except you was in the light. And then you went in the dark, like when we go in the movies, right? And then when you came out the movies, the person you went in the dark with wasn't with you. And so now you're on this path that you didn't create, and you have no idea how you got here. And let me tell y'all something. I had to dig myself. I was engaged once. And when that engagement ended, it was literally like I felt like I was in a ditch. And I had to dig myself out of this ditch because I had altered my life for this person who was already on his way to hell. And did I know better? Yes, I knew better. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. I'm not going to lie on the Most High. He be telling me, and he be telling y'all too, get away from him. He don't mean you no good. Stay away from him. You don't need to marry him. You need to leave him alone. And it's especially hard to listen after you done started having sex. And don't let him ask you to marry. What? He want to marry me? You know how long I've been waiting to get married? What? And I had 3 kids. I had my girls at the time. So it was like, what? You want to marry me? You know, move us into a house and da-da-da-da-da. And I knew better the whole time. I knew better. I knew he did not have the stamina or the fortitude to deal with me or these children. I knew that. So I was decided, being led by the blind. And my stupid butt try to walk behind somebody that's blindfolded. Just try it. Have one of your kids put on a blindfold, tell them to lead you around the house and see how fun that is. And here's what's so messed up about it. You know, after you keep ignoring the Holy Spirit for a while, he just stop. He's not going to keep bothering you. He going to say what he said and say what he said because the Most High is merciful and he loves us and he's compassionate towards us. So he's going to say what he said and he's going to say it again. And then, but after that, he's not going to say it no more. And so now you are in a state of sin, or you are in such a messed up, or you're in a state of sin and your life is so messed up now you can't tell left from right, up or down if you're coming or going because this person has led you into the abyss. And I know when we think about things like this, we only like to think about them in the physical form, but you have to realize that the spirit realm is very alive and active. There's very much stuff going on spiritually. And unfortunately, we have not been given the words to help with the visualization to like help us work through these situations. If I come to you and I hit you with a scam, and you know it's a scam. Y'all be knowing when it's scams. Y'all know when it's scams. All right. Oh, okay. Let's remove it from us. Y'all remember Bernie Madoff? And when was this? Like early 2000s? I want to say this was like early 2000, 2010 to make. Gosh, Lee, it's 2024. So maybe it was like 2010s or something like that. But anyway, Bernie Madoff was this super rich hedge fund owner, and he was investing for all these powerful organizations. I believe even the Major League Baseball had an account with him. I want to say like the Girl Scouts, like, I mean, big stuff. Okay. He was playing with big money. And so they, of course, after he got arrested and they start revealing everything, they start talking about how he was promising like these big returns and all this other stuff. And then what happened? Okay, 2008. Okay, so this was the early 2000s. The 2008 market crash, I believe, is what happened and what set off his downfall, right? And so, but you're gonna look at him like, yes, he was greedy. Yes, he was stupid. No, he shouldn't have done that. But then the people that went along with it, and here's the thing, right? The if you ever watch American Greed, I love financial crime documentaries. Like, I love documentaries about white collar crime. I don't know why. But so if you watch them, you will always hear these people who are involved in these Ponzi schemes. That's what he was involved in, a Ponzi scheme. So, okay, sidebar. A Ponzi scheme is when a person takes money from people and the people think they're investing, right? And so they'll take money from investor A, right? And then they'll take money from investor B. But the money they take from investor B, they didn't invest investors A money or investors B money. They're going to keep investors A money, right? But investor B's money is going to go to use to pay investor A off, right? So now I got to get investor C to help pay for investor B and investor A. Do you understand? So eventually there's no new investors. And this is how these people in these Ponzi schemes get caught. They can't get any new investors. They can't keep up with the payments anymore. People start complaining, and that's how they get caught. Okay. So, but any of these like shows that you watch, they'll explain this to you. And they'll always tell you how they promise these people these ridiculous 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10% dividends when everybody else is only getting like 2 and 3 and 1 point something or other. And the people will be like, well, I thought it sounded too good to be true. And these are old people because they have to have money. Understand this. They're not out here scamming young 20-year-olds, teenagers. No, they are scamming 50 and 40 and 60-year-old people who have enough money to be able to do these kind of things. So in some cases, you're talking about millions of dollars in retirement accounts and pensions that are just being taken. And so the leader of the Ponzi scheme, yeah, he goes to jail. But guess what? This guy may have had the insight to put some money away. I know that if I was to ever, listen, first of all, I'm not good enough at math to take care of my own stuff, let alone try to steal from people. So I'm not worried about that. But never took a loss in 20 years. You can't afford to. Who can afford to? Shoot. Okay, so but these the leaders of the Ponzi scheme, yeah. So okay, what I was saying was, if I was to ever do that, which Lord willing, I'm not, and like I said, I can't steal from anybody. I can barely add my own stuff. Okay, but so I know my husband would, because I'm not gonna say I would. I know my husband would be having a little stash put to the side. Like, we're gonna put some money somewhere in somebody else's name. So, you know what I'm saying? When he get out of jail or whatever, we'll be straight. Okay, so, and I'm not saying that happened with Bernie Madoff. Like, if you looked at him, his son killed himself. And I know one of his sons killed themselves. Why don't I want to say something happened to both of his sons? I don't know. I think his wife died or whatever. I don't mean or whatever. His family fell apart. Okay. There was a suicide and something else happened. So his family fell apart. Okay. Bernie never took a loss. Okay. So thank you, Keith. You need to be on here more often. You be helping me. So this is another point that they like to point out. when they're running these Ponzi schemes. Oh, I don't lose on my investments. I this, I that. And nobody never not loses. Like, you're going to lose at some time or another. I don't know, like, how many of y'all watch the stock or you watch the tickers or whatever, but it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And when it's down, somebody's losing. Somebody's losing. Okay. So they're the leader of this Ponzi scheme or whatever. They've taken all these people's money. Hopefully, they put some away somewhere. So when they get out of jail, they'll be fine or whatever. But what about the people who they stole from? I dare say that the people that they stole from are in a worse situation. And I'm going to say it this, okay? Yes, jail may be the bare minimum, but guess what? You are guaranteed 3 meals and you have a roof over your head. The people who you stole from, their future is in jeopardy. These are 65, 70-year-old people who are having to re-enter a job force. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I have not worked a job in like 9 years. Yeah, Paxton will be 9 in August. Oh, it is August. Paxton will be 9 on the 10th. Oh, my gosh. I'm go somewhere and cry. He tried to leave some, but they turned it in. Wouldn't have been me. I don't care if I had to leave the country with that money. Wouldn't have been me. But anyway, so I dare say that the criminal, the scammer who stole the money, is in a better situation than the people that he stole the money from, because the scammer, while he's in jail, it's a mental vacation from him. He doesn't have to figure out how he's going to eat, where he's going to sleep, where he's going to get a shower. He don't have to figure any of that out. Guess what? In prison, they give you meds. But nah, Shalahaya, Shalom, and Shalom, sis. Thank you for joining me. In prison, they will medicate you. You can see the doctor. There's a freaking infirmary. You have better health care in prison than you do if you out here on your own, unemployed, trying to figure it out. And so imagine this person on Medicare. And I know a lot of y'all might think that Medicare is free, but I'm here to tell you that it's not. It's not. You might get some basic services for free on Medicare, but if you want any kind of decency, you're paying. Okay, and so again, now this criminal, and look into the kind of health care they get in jail. They get their medicines, they get surgeries, whatever they need, they're going to get it. Why? Because as a prisoner, they are property of the federal government, and the federal government is going to take care of their slaves, property. So they let this man lead them to the doorstep of poverty just for him to have a safe place to go. And I know you might not be looking at it like that, because you might be like, well, wait a minute, he had to get prosecuted and he went to jail and da-da-da-da-da. Yes, so what you're looking at is the transition period. But at the end of the transition, who's left better off? And this is what the blind leading the sighted. And unfortunately, when you're walking behind a blind person, you become blind too. This is what I'm saying. You keep ignoring the Holy Spirit and his warnings, you're going to become blind too. It's like you're walking in a lighted room with your eyes closed. The light is of no effect to you because you refuse to open your eyes and see it. This is why I'm always on y'all about the truth. One thing I have been big on since the Most High delivered me from some very dangerous, horrible, beyond ghetto, just trash situations, is I am big on honesty. What really made me hone in on it was having my girls. Because I didn't want what happened to me to happen to them. Unfortunately for me, and I'm just saying unfortunately because it was unfortunate to me, but unfortunately for me, I had to find out a lot of things about my mom's life experience from people around her, who weren't always telling the story with love for my mother. Okay, so it didn't always come out like as merciful and as loving as it should have. You understand what I'm saying? And so, but I didn't want anybody to tell my kids my story. I wanted to tell my kids my story. And so you talk about somebody hell bent on being honest. No, you're going to tell me the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. And we just going to deal with it right here and right now because I've seen what lies can do. I've seen what hiding lies can do. I've seen lie build up on top of lie, on top of lie, and now you got just a whole avalanche of a disaster. Okay, so I refuse to walk down that road again. You're going to be honest with me about everything. But the thing about being honest is a lot of y'all can't accept the repercussions of that honesty. Because if a lot of y'all was honest and looked at yourself, you realize that the reason that you keep dealing with people who you think are stupid or who you think are less than you is because you don't think enough of yourself. You don't think of yourself as you should, then you would know that you are too precious and your gifts are too valuable for you to be wasting time with people who are not going in the same direction that you were going. Okay. And we have to stop this thing about, I don't want them to think I'm bougie. Or I don't want them to think I'm too good for them. No, it's not about you being too good for them. It's about you being too good for the things that they do. Okay? It's not about the person personally. It's about the choices that this person makes. Listen, I love my husband. Don't get me wrong. But if he was not who he is, then oh well. I would not care about him. He would be as a can of paint to me. And so we get involved in these situations and we want to lead with our hearts, which is not wise because even the Bible says that we ourselves don't know the issues of our heart. Only the Most High does. Guard your heart, from it flows the issues of life. And we go in these relationships wanting to give our all out of desperation, out of loneliness. You go into these jobs laying it all down out of desperation instead of sitting back and taking a look at your situation. Honestly, I told my daughter when she graduated from college, when my oldest daughter graduated from college, she had a job offer from the place that she interned at that previous summer. All praises to the Most High. It's a wonderful opportunity for her. I told her then, okay, after 6 months, if you're not moving up, you need to be moving out. I told her then, don't get complacent anywhere. Never get comfortable anywhere because as soon as it suits them, they'll replace you and they won't look back. Y'all have got to start being just as selfish with your own lives. Okay. You have got to realize that, listen, you only have one life. You only have one chance to do this. And I don't know if y'all have discovered it or not. There's no rewind button. You can't go back and redo anything. You can't go back and get the time that you wasted. Whether it had been 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, or 10, you can't go and get that time back. The years of your life are gone. The viability, the strength, the talent, the whatever you possessed in that time, it is now gone. And there's nothing you can do about it. And here's the tea. Again, I guarantee you will end up in a worse situation than the people that you were following behind. You ever been to somebody's house and it's nasty and you looking around and you like, how y'all living here? But they seem oblivious to it. They seem oblivious to the dirt. Like they just, oh girl, just because that's how they used to live in. That's how they used to live in. So it don't bother them. when I served my time at a strip club here in Atlanta, well, at a couple of them here in Atlanta, them girls is not like me. And I knew it the moment I walked in. That no, cause listen, I know we like to look at people, and I'm guilty of this, right? Of looking at other people and wanting to empathize with them. And it's like I put myself in their shoes. So I treat them the way that I want to be treated right away, to a dangerous extent. I don't mean just, hey, how you doing? Bye, see you later. No, I mean, like, if you come and ask me for something, I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like I can help you, I'm gonna try to help you. I'm gonna try to be there for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do those things. But you are dealing with people who did not grow up like that. You are dealing with people who have no empathy, no sympathy, and they only think of themselves. So they could never put themselves in your shoes, or they could never imagine you as themselves, and therefore treat you with a certain decency because they were not raised that way. They just don't have the capacity to do this. And you need to understand that there's nothing that you are going to do to change them. I don't care how much you pray. I don't care how much I don't care. Nobody but the Most High is going to change that person. And ma'am, sis, cousin, I understand that who married Gomez, the prostitute? Who? Oh God, Hosea. Okay, I understand that, the Most High told Hosea to marry Gomez, and she kept, running out on him. And this was a portrait of how Israel was treating the Most High. But baby, I don't think God called you to that ministry. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I don't see the Most High calling you to the ministry of being a sucker. I don't see the Most High calling you to the ministry of being a fool, a simp, a plaything, a toy, or anything like that. So why do you keep putting yourself on a toy shelf? Once you get it through your thick skull that there's no such thing as unconditional love, and therefore you don't owe that to anyone, then maybe you'll be able to move on with your life. So let me say it again. There is no such thing as unconditional love at all, periods. Okay, hello? It ain't my calling. I ain't never been called to a ministry for simps, suckers, fools, whores, playthings, none of that. But y'all keep signing up for it and staying in service. I don't know why. I have no idea why. There's no reason for you to keep falling down these mountains of destruction, okay? Because y'all not falling down little molehills. Y'all not just tripping and making little mistakes. No, you're falling down mountains of destruction. You're losing everything. You out here having babies with men who don't stick around. You're financially in shambles because every time you turn around, you're pregnant. So now you got to take days off work, and now it's maternity leave, and you ain't got nobody to help you. So you done had a baby, and you got to go back to work 4, 5, 6, 7 days later. Miserable, tired, and angry. You fell down a mountain of destruction. It's hard at the bottom of that mountain. It's hard in that valley. That is a hard place to sit. But the first thing you got to do when you sitting there is realizing your responsibility in getting you there. Okay, it's like if I get in my car and end up in the mall, oh, I drove myself here. I sure did. Same thing when you at that valley. You drove yourself there. Yes, you did. And until you acknowledge that you drove yourself there, you will never have the power to get yourself out. Your mind will not renew itself. You know how you go to start the car? That's what happens when you finally are acknowledging your responsibility in your life. It's like your brain switches on, and now we can take some accountability. Now we can start to see our way out, because now I'm going to go to the Most High with a different attitude. I'm not going to him talking about, look at them, look at them, look at them. I'm going to him and saying, help me, please help me. I need help. I don't care about nobody else in this moment right now, Yahweh. I'm crying out to you because I need help. I'm at the bottom of this mountain by myself. And you said you would never leave or forsake me. I know I sinned. I repented from my sins. I'm willing to turn away. I'm willing to, what's the word I'm looking for? Make reparations for them. Whatever you have for me, I surrender myself, but help me, please. And some of y'all just ain't at that point yet. And I'm telling you, for some of y'all, that's what it's going to take for the Most High to have his way in your life. Why? I don't know. That's just the way he made us. I don't have the answers. I have to believe that some of what I went through in my life was just for the purpose of a testimony to help someone else. I'm not saying that to excuse my sins. Please understand that, because I hate when people get on the pulpit or get behind the mic and all of a sudden, well, God had a reason for all of my sins, so none of it was my fault. That's a bunch of bull crap, okay? Yeah, there may have been a reason. And I'm not going to say, all things don't work out for my good. But what I am going to say is I take responsibility for the mess that I was doing. I did it. I didn't know what I was thinking. Listen, none of that matters at the end result. This is why I don't remember which one of my kids I was talking to. Your feelings don't matter at the end result. You ever had somebody just lazy every day, all the time, don't want to do nothing? I don't feel like going to work today. I don't feel like doing this. You try to come to them with an opportunity. No, I don't feel like doing that. I don't know. That's too much for me. I can't be doing all that. 2, 5, 10 years later, they in the same place or worse because they worried about their feelings. You didn't feel like going to work 3, 4, and 5 days last week. So now your paycheck's short. What your feelings gonna do for you now, boo-boo? Just like y'all like to look a nigga in the face and tell them love don't pay the rent. You being sick don't pay the rent either. You feeling good don't pay the rent either. You being depressed ain't paying the rent. And I'm not clowning people who have real mental health issues, but it's to the point now where people are just using that as a crutch for anything they don't want to do. I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm anxious. We all have different feelings every day. Your feelings don't matter at the end result. When you messed around and you stayed around them people and now your life is in shambles. Your child's life is in shambles. As much as y'all like to talk about, oh, I'll kick if you do this to my baby. Oh, I wish a nigga would. Your family will be making plans next Saturday. But what about your child who's already been towed up and traumatized? I don't care how much slow singing and flower bringing you cause. That is not going to fix what is wrong with your baby. And that is not going to fix the guilt that you have in your mind over letting that happen to your child or yourself. I have to live with things that I let happen to myself. I let it happen. I stood there and I let it happen. I have to acknowledge that, or there's no way that I can prevent it for the future, nor is there any way that I could be sitting here talking to you in hopes that you don't make the same mistakes. I can't do that, because if I wasn't willing to acknowledge it, I would be sitting here talking to you about, oh yes, you need to examine all the people in your life, and you need to, because there are haters around you every day, and it's people that just want to, no, baby, you hate on yourself sometimes. You hate on yourself sometimes. What you mean I hate on yourself? You know how the Bible, how the Most High said in his word, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. Your actions show us how you feel. Actions speak louder than words. Your actions show us how you feel. Your actions are telling us that you really hate yourself. You don't love yourself as you should. Because if you did, then you would know that you are worth the wait. Yes, it might take 5 years. It might take 10 years. Yes, it may take time. I don't know what you've done in your life. I don't know what you've been through in your life. I don't know what misadventures, what hurt, what trauma, what pain, but you have to allow the Most High time to heal that so that you do not get with someone and damage them too. My ex-husband that abused me, his girlfriend in college abused him. She started putting her hands on him. So when he got with me, he started putting his hands on me. And then guess what? I had a hand problem after I left that relationship too. Heal yourself. Let the Most High deal with you so that you don't go out here and create, oh God, what is that phrase? A devil 10 times worse than yourself? Because you're going to create something worse than you. This is what you don't understand. Evil does not just transfer and not get personified. Just like good won't transfer and not get personified. Someone does good to you, you pay it forward. Hopefully they'll pay it forward. You think evil don't get paid forward? It does. You out here hurting people, playing with people's feelings, and then they go out and do the same thing to someone else. And now good girl meets a bad boy, turns into a bad girl who meets a good boy, turns him into a bad boy, and the cycle continues. Sit your ass down somewhere. Let the Most High deal with you. All praises to the Most High. How do you find that healing? Time with yourself. Time with yourself. I don't think that you can be in a serious relationship and deal from certain emotional things. Now, some things you do need a spouse to heal from. My husband had to do a lot of work when we first got together. Okay? But I had to be at the point where I was willing to receive that work. I had to be humble enough to not only hear from the Most High and take his direction, but also be willing to listen to my husband. If I had not had been willing and able at that time, we wouldn't be together now. And I say this a lot, like we think we're healed from a thing until we get around someone who triggers it. And then we find out, oh, wait a minute, I'm really not done with this. And so this one, take your time. Talk to the Most High. Every day. Listen, it's a process. And the world dealing with this process looks like going to a therapist, spending an hour at the therapist's office, and the therapist will tell you to go and write in a journal. And then, okay, the Most High is your therapist, and his office is open 24/7. Okay, there's nothing wrong with journaling. I do it. Okay, so if you want to start writing these things down, write them down. Write down all the things that you want the Most High to deal with you. And understand that there's some stuff in there that you don't even know about yet. So just deal with what you know at first. And I promise you, listen, the Most High is not a liar. He's never let me down. He's never let anybody that counted on him down. This is the same God that split the Red Sea. This is the same God that made manna fall from heaven. And then when the people took too much, he freaking let the manna mold the next day. Quails, nigga. They was eating quails for dinner. Same God. Water out of a rock. His son was crucified and rose 3 days. Him. Same him. He's going to be there with you. He's going to work through these things with you. You have to be willing to listen, though. You understand what I'm saying? And this is where the honesty come in. When he come at you with something, don't argue. Well, I don't think that's true about me. No, he's telling you it's true about you. That's like me writing a poem and then the poem looking at me talking about, well, I don't like the way you did this. What? I'm the creator here. I determine what's in there and what's not. Some of y'all got to come to terms with the way that you just are. I'm socially awkward. I hate it sometimes. Sometimes I wish I had my husband's personality and could be the life of the party. And everybody love me. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that person. And I've just had to accept that I'm okay with that. Who's for me is for me. Who gravitates to me, they gravitate to me. Who doesn't, they don't. And that's okay. We're all different. It takes different types to make the world go round. It takes different types to keep the body of Christ intact. We all can't be the same. Some of us have to be a balance. And I realize that's a lot of my function, balancing. Because if my husband had his way, baby, there'd probably be a party every day here. He's just a social creature. Balance. You have to learn who you are and accept who you are and be willing to function in that, no matter what anybody else thinks. I'm not saying be mean. I'm not saying be nasty, but you know when the Most High is calling you to a time of solitude and prayer, and you got to be willing to tell your friends, not right now, not today. I need some quiet time with the Lord. I can't kick it with y'all today. I feel like once you show the Most High that you are putting him first consistently, not just for a day, not just for a week, not just for a month, but when you are consistently showing him that you are putting him first and that he is most important in your life, and man, listen, the healing will come. The weight will fall off of you. He will make your enemies to be at peace with you. People will be calling you to apologize. They'll be calling you to offer an explanation. There's a certain reciprocity that comes with you being at peace with the people in your life, even the people that you consider your enemies. For some of y'all, that might be an ex, or a child, the child's other parent or whatever. And I don't, let's not think of them as our enemy. Okay, even though they may be acting like that, let's not think of them as our enemy. But we have to find a way to be at peace. Some of y'all are suffering from broken hearts, and it makes it hard for you to co-parent. You have to learn to accept what is and what is not. Y'all not together no more. It's not going to work, and you know it. Even if y'all was to try to get back together, it's not going to work. Y'all, it's not going to work. All you're doing is prolonging the pain. All you're doing is prolonging the hurt, not just for you, but for the people around you, especially if you're talking about kids involved. They don't deserve to see the back and forth and the trauma. And I'm not telling you nothing I haven't lived. My daughters have seen some things that I wish they had never seen. And I tell them all the time, I hope there are some things that you never understand. I don't want my kids to understand how to co-parent. I don't want my kids to understand how to blend a family. I don't want my kids to understand abuse. I don't want my kids to understand craziness, chaos. There's just some things I don't want my kids to understand. I don't want my kids to understand divorce. I don't want them to understand that. I don't want them to go through those things. But as for us and where we are, it's our job to prevent some of that. Okay? So if you know that me and baby daddy, we just can't make it work. As much as I would love for us to be a whole family, and you do your part, he will make your enemies to be at peace with you. You do your part. You uphold your end. Here's the thing about upholding your end. When you do what you said that you were going to do, or you do what the Most High told you you was going to do, he's not a man that he should lie. You can go back to him. You can bet the bank that you can go back to him and be, okay, now listen, this is what you told me to do. And Lord, this is what I did. And now I'm not seeing any results from this. So what's up? You can go and have these conversations. Do you think Daniel prayed 3 times a day and was just saying our Father 3 times a day? They was talking. So I understand why Daniel had to pray 3 times a day sometimes. I need to pray 3 times a day. A lot. They was talking. Go through the Psalms. Them was prayers. This is David revealing his heart, pouring it out. They were talking. We don't serve a God who responds to ramblings, which is why we don't stand in front of him with a necklace, counting beads, talking about Hail Mary, full of grace, and all this other crap. Your Savior was a human who understands your temptations and your feelings too. And I know you might be like, well, Jesus never had a baby mama and he never had to go through this and he never had to go through that. That don't limit the Most High and his understanding of your situation, though. Don't do that. Because just like he created you, he created them. He created them. Did you just turn off the light, Atticus? No. Then how'd it go off? I feel like you did.
I didn't. I was just not near the light. I just thought isn't this the light?
No, it's that down there. It's right here. Oh, is it dead? Oh. Okay, my blue light died. Oh gosh, it looks so dark back there now. Paxton and Atticus, ladies and gentlemen.
Ignore that black pig, aka the black hole.
The black hole?
AKA the black hole.
Oh my goodness. Help this man. So I hope that boo.
Oh,
No, turn it back down.
No.
It look crazy now.
I'm getting blind.
Oh, you can't see nothing at all? Oh my gosh. This is Lord. All right. Now feel like I'm in an interrogation room now.
Hey yo, dark spot, aka the black hole.
You did it. You made the hole black. So I hope I answered your question. Like I hope I offered some helpful advice. You know what I'm saying? If not, hit me up or hit up husband, and you know what I'm saying? I'm here. We'll talk. Thank y'all so much for kicking it with me this evening. I hope that something I said was helpful, whether you're listening live or on the replay. Fellas, you want to say shalom to the people?
Shalom.
Are you guys excited about school?
No. We don't even give. I don't give a care.
You don't give a care?
Not really.
Well, you should care. Say hey to Kiki. Say hey, nephews.
Hi, Kiki.
Well, y'all should be excited.
What's excited about school?
No. What are you doing? Stop it. All right. So I don't know if my husband's gonna go live on Saturday. He might. He might or he might not. So I don't know. We'll see. We're supposed to be celebrating our anniversary this weekend that we didn't get to celebrate before. Our 10-year anniversary finally.
Wait.
Okay, what?
When you're on your anniversary, why don't you just trust Bella with us?
Why do you think you're going to Bella's house?
No.
Right. Where do you think you're going? Where did you think you were going?
No, I just thought you, since you're leaving us home alone, you were gonna drive us to the house.
Yeah. No. Why would I leave you home alone, Atticus? Not you.
You can't leave your children home alone. But yeah, I think we could survive without you for 1 second.
Okay, so you're gonna be at Bella's house. So I don't know. Hubby may be live on Saturday. I don't know. We will keep y'all posted. If not, please be sure to join. Who's my husband?
No, I was just thinking, who's hubby?
That's what I call daddy, hubby. Hubby is short for husband. Is that okay with you?
No.
Okay. If you don't see us before next Thursday, please be sure to join me back here next Thursday. Same black time, same black station. Same black time, same black station. Me and the family here at the lovely House of Mono. Again, if you like something I said, or you would just like to be part of the ministry efforts here at the House of Mono, please head over to the Cash App $ the House of Mono. $1 or $2 will do. Always insightful of you. Oh, we love you too.
Love you too.
We love Keith the chef. That's our brother for real. Let's see what else. Y'all want to tell them about the businesses real quick before we skedaddle?
Yeah.
You got to speak into the microphone, sir.
Give me that.
The shirts.
Okay, you know what? You can do it.
No, you do it. Paxton, you want to tell the people about the businesses?
Okay, bye. I'll do it. Okay, not.
Don't forget to check out the Print Doctors for all your custom screen printing apparel needs. Atticus, you better pay attention because this is going to be your job soon, okay? Adam said he ain't having it. Atticus is about to get fired. Don't forget to check out the Print Doctors for all your custom screen printing apparel needs. Don't forget to check out Top Tier Parties if you are in the Metro Atlanta area and you need a bouncy house. Check us out at Top Tier Parties. We are on Facebook and Google. And also, listen, puppies. You want a bully puppy? We got bully puppies. Check us out at Mono's West Side Bullies. Huh?
We don't have puppies yet.
Not yet, but we just had one. No, we do have puppies. Latte's puppies. We have puppies. So if y'all are interested in puppies, let us know who is hubby. Right, you see how he be trying to like play me out? Atticus don't have no chill. He don't care. You really what?
I don't really care about.
Y'all see this boy hair? Please listen. Don't think I don't do my child hair, but when this boy hair get wet, horrible. And his hair is always wet, especially in the summertime. All right. Is there anything else before we go, y'all?
Make sure to respect the laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right. Keep them laws, statutes, and commandments. And what else?
And
faith in the Most High and his son, the Messiah. Right?
Yes.
That's right. Keys to life.
Or never destroy the Bible.
That's right. We don't destroy the Bible. We read the Bible. We read that Bible every day. Good job, Atticus. Anything else?
And make sure to run down and get a pocket bully.
Run down and get a pocket bully. You want them to take Shira?
Yeah.
No, you can't take Shira.
Yes, you can.
All right. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Keith the Chef, Stacy Phillips, Banah Shalahaya, King 7. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me this evening. What do you say?
Have a great night.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. I will see y'all back here next Thursday. Same black time, same black station. I do want to leave you with this. Repent and turn away from your sins. Seek the Most High for your healing. The answer is still in him.
Wait,
There,
why?
what?
Why? Wait. I was just getting. Wait.
Listen, I know there's a lot of
Wait, what?
alleged solutions out here these days. And I know that we think that hopping from person to person is going to help heal us emotionally. And I'm telling you that it's not. Okay. It is not. In fact, you're just making it worse. So I encourage you, please, brother, please, sister, take some time with yourself this weekend. Listen, even if you're married, examine your friendships, examine the people that you have around you, just examine your life, period. You understand what I'm saying? Seek the Most High in all things, in all your ways, acknowledge him. Lean not into the arms of flesh, because I guarantee you the arms of flesh will fail you every time. Every time. So please, y'all, let's have a fresh, honest, introspective conversation with ourselves. Let's reset ourselves. Let's get back on the right path. You've been backsliding. You've been over there walking on the wide and broad path of destruction. Come on over here to the narrow path of righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back right with the Lord. Y'all need to turn that plate down for a few days to reset yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, what else?
Have a great night and keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Okay, and on that note, we're gonna go. All praises to the Most High. Thank y'all for hanging out with us this evening. We love you so much. Shalom, shalom,
AKA
and good night.
Mono.
Living super clean. Daddy came
One time for my king doing king things. My beast hoes cause he know he got a good thing. I
Tune
submit.
in to Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass with your host, Miss Mono.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono.
Every Thursday from 8 to 10 p.m. live on YouTube at Miss Mono's World and Monologue Magad. Now also available on the Saya TV on Roku and Fire.